Okay, back to the future for a moment. How many of you can remember that there was a time in the business world that to provide a written communication, one would need to verbally dictate the words to a secretary who knew either Gregg or Pitman shorthand, who would then type out the response on a typewriter. Now, over the years, secretaries like that were replaced by the dictaphone along with the typing pool. Now, by the time the 1980s rolled around, technology arrived in the modern office with when I was working with the Wang word processor. And that was followed closely by pretty much everyone having a computer and monitor at their workstation. And in those days, there was a variety of word processing programs that flourished. They included WordStar, WordPerfect, Apple Write, and of course, Microsoft Word. Thus, the process of putting text on a document went from verbal input to most everyone typing their own communications. I can remember that email messages benefited the most from this new approach. It became a very popular way to communicate with your coworkers and colleagues. However, while this increased productivity, often an older employee who did not have adequate typing skills was left behind. Now, voice typing comes to the computer. Not too long ago, there was a segment on Tech for Senior that focused on voice typing, and that's using the feature built into Microsoft Word. All you need is a microphone connected to your computer, and then as you speak, the words magically appear on your monitor. There's a similar ability as part of Google Docs as well. Now, so consider this scenario. You're away from home and your computer, but something has triggered your thought process, and you want to put on paper what you are thinking of before it's gone forever. Now, you're already familiar with using voice dictation with Word, and often use this method when you're in front of your computer, because like most of us, you can talk faster than you can type. I'm told this is particularly true if you're from New York City. It's important to note that this procedure using Microsoft Word also requires the usage of Microsoft OneDrive to save your files. Now I'm going to read off to you the steps to accomplish this voice dictation, and then I'm going to show you a video where I repeat these steps so you have it both verbally as well as visually. So the first thing is, on your phone, you need to go to the Play Store and download and then install what they call Microsoft Word Edit Documents, that particular app. Once you open the app, in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to click on a little plus sign. And then there are several tutorials that they offer that might be of interest. But for now, you're going to tap on the words blank document. Now you tap the phone screen to activate Word, and then tap the microphone icon. You begin to dictate and watch the words appear on the screen. When done, you close the app on the phone, and then when you get home, you can open OneDrive to see the Word document there. Now I'm going to show you a video confirming these steps. All right, I've now installed the app on this phone. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to tap on the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner, and that gives me the opportunity to open up a blank document, which I'm going to do. And now I have the microphone here, and as I tap on the microphone, fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Period. New paragraph. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on the great battlefield of that war. Period. Okay, so there's some tricks of the trade when using voice dictation. In that video, I'll admit there were some typos because I failed to use certain commands that would help. And these include the following. They are what they call basic commands. So sometimes it's helpful to say words like next line, undo, delete, delete that, or delete, and then specify the specific word or phrase you want to delete. Punctuation. It normally adds things like a period, but you might want to use period, comma, question mark, exclamation point, colon, semicolon, new line, even dot, 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 if you want to have 3 periods in a row. Symbols, of course, would include the percent sign, multiplication, degrees, the dollar sign, euro sign, pound, etc. for currencies. And formatting. You can bold, italicize, underline, start a list, end a list, indent, etc. The things that we normally use when typing, you can actually say them and they will work. But like most things in life, practice makes perfect. So now I'm going to go to my computer. I'm going to open up my Word file here. I'm going to go to the most recent document. And there is what I dictated. Now, of course, the font's a little bit small. So let me change that up to something that's more easy to read. And there it is. So this is information that could be anything. I decided to use the Gettysburg Address here, and that's how easy it is to dictate on your phone from wherever you are and have it show up in a Word document when you get home. I think this is useful in many ways. So once you're at your computer, then you can make the necessary editing changes to the document. You can change then the file name and with the location where you want it saved to perhaps something that is more appropriate. Now, voice typing works with other Microsoft Office programs such as Excel and PowerPoint, although I have not personally tried these. But there are numerous YouTube tutorials for these applications. This feature is most helpful when you're away from your computer and you need to write something down that is more than just a few words that you might do on a pad. So I've begun to use this. I find it really helpful. I think you will too. That's it for now. Thank you.
Okay. Well, if you've been watching these Fun with Photos episodes, you know that I'm trying to teach all sorts of different software and devices, but invariably I come back to Google Photos. So I felt like I needed to tell you why I like Google Photos so much. I have 3 main reasons, and then there's a lot more. First of all, the best software is the one that you know, and I know Google Photos backwards and forwards, inside out. I am a Google product expert, and I wrote a book on it. Google Photos was created in 2015 from scratch to work in this age of smartphones and the tidal wave of photos that we take. It is just unsustainable for us to manage our own photos anymore. Google Photos does it for you automatically with artificial intelligence. And if you let it, all you have to do is enjoy your pictures. Now, I said 3 main reasons. The first one is it holds my entire lifetime of photos, and I can then view them with any device. It automatically sorts and is searchable, and I'm going to show you all this. And third, you don't need to go anywhere else to edit your photos. You don't need Photoshop or any other software. Google Photos does a great job of editing. So those are my 3 main reasons. But then there's so much more. There's easy sharing, automatic little memories, fun creations, easy to order books and canvas prints, easy to mark favorites. And then there's even more. Albums, video editing, movie making, photo frames on your TV, and hubs, partner sharing, map view, Google Lens. I can go on, and I have in other videos forever. But the number one thing is that it can store your entire lifetime of photos. You don't have to ask, where is that photo? Is it in the closet upstairs, or is it in that old hard drive? You can put them all into Google Photos. And we have a little pre-recorded segment to show you on this. Hi, this is Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour. And in case you don't know, I'm a big fan of Google Photos. One home for all of your photos because it's in the cloud. In this little video, I want to give you a short visual representation of why I think Google Photos is so special. If you're anything like me, you have photos all over the place. You have photos on old phones. You have photos on old computers on their hard drives. You have photos in old cameras, lots of camera cards around. Maybe you've put some onto CDs. And then there's just all the photos that we take with our phones. Well, Google gives you storage in the cloud for all of your photos. It's not just anywhere in the cloud. It's your account in the cloud, private for your eyes only. It is under lock and key with your username and password. So what you do is you just start uploading all of your photos to that account. All the old photos from cameras, from CDs, from computer hard drives. How about thumb drives? How about CDs? And then, of course, all the new photos you're taking from your phone. Once they're all collected in the cloud, Google just waves its magic wand, and now they are all in date order by the date taken recorded on the photo itself. Let me show you what this looks like then on a phone or on a computer. So this is my Android phone, and there is the Google Photos app. And here's pictures I just took with this phone today, but I can go back, grab this little button, notice the dates go by. I can go back to 2004, and you know that this phone did not take these pictures. I am seeing all of the photos in the Google Cloud. All I need is a connected device and the Google Photos app logged into my account. So here is my iPad. There is Google Photos. It's looking at my same account. I can tell by the little account button in the upper right. And same thing. I could go all the way back to 2004 or before and look at all of the pictures that have collected in my Google account in the cloud. On a computer, you don't have an app or any piece of software. You just go directly to the cloud using a web browser. You go to Photos. Or if you're on a Chrome browser, you can click on these little dots here and go straight to Photos. You need to sign in with your account, but the next time you do this, you probably will already be signed in like I am. I see that that is my account, and here are the same pictures that I saw on my phone and on my iPad. And here are the same dates. I can go back to 2004 or beyond and see all the same pictures that are in my Google account. Google Photos, one home for your lifetime of photos and videos. Now, there's one set of photos that did not get discussed in that little video, and that's old prints and slides. So I'm going to show, I ran into this little photo the other day that looks like it's my family at Christmas, and on the back it says 1982. I want to capture that. So I'm just going to take my phone and take a picture of the picture. So there's the picture. Also notice how dark it is. And Jim, while I'm doing this, can you take a picture of me showing how hard I'm working?
Oh, sure.
All right. So here I'm just taking a photo of the photo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can look at it on Google Photos. And it got crooked. It got sideways. Well, no problem. I just edit and crop and rotate. And there we go. And then I can crop in and save. And notice how it's a lot brighter. These cameras are amazing. And yet I can still tap on one more and make it very bright. So now this photo that is on my phone is much better than the original. So that is how you get more pictures into. And then what about slides? For slides, we do it the DIY, yeah, do it yourself way. And we get out the old projector, we project the slides, and then we take the phone and snap as we go.
It's a great chance to have popcorn.
Yeah, it's fun to look at all your old. And then you have, when Google waves its magic wand, not only does it put them in date order, but it groups them by people, places, documents, and then you can search for anything. I'm going to show you on my phone what my Google Photos, and I just call it my magic attic. Everything has gone up there. Now, and as I scroll back, I can just grab this little button on the phone and notice the dates go by. So I can go to any date. I kind of like 1998. And where'd 1998 go?
It's between 97 and 99.
And here, what are these pictures, Jim?
Those are wedding
July 4, 1998. There's our wedding. Okay. But that's not all. If you tap on search, it has automatically grouped faces together. So when my mom died a few years ago, I wanted to do a slideshow of her at the services, and all I had to do is go into Mom, and it has all of the pictures. I can even go back and show you my mother as a little girl, and I did nothing to make that happen. Google recognizes faces and it groups them together. And there are even more. In addition to faces, there's places, documents, things. It organizes all of these completely automatically. And then I can also search. So I remember a picture of me in the marching band. All I remember about it is that I wore white boots. I can just type in white boots and it will find it. Gee, I didn't realize there were so many white boots, but this was back in high school. So it's a ways back here. There's the picture I was looking for.
Isn't she cute?
Me in white boots. But you can also combine. So we have a lot of pictures of beer. I can just type beer.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a bunch. But I am looking specifically for pictures of beer when we were in Belgium. And it will find beer in Belgium.
The best beers in Belgium.
That's right. And this is when we were in Belgium. Or things like, all I remember is that I have a picture of our RV and a picnic table. RV, picnic table. And let's say, I probably have lots of pictures of our RV and picnic table. I want one that is in Arizona. So RV, picnic table, Arizona. And it will find it for me. And that is our RV with a picnic table in Arizona. No tagging, no work on my part at all. And then there's editing. I love editing with Google Photos. Here's just an example of a photo that's okay, but after just a couple of clicks, and I have a video on that. If you go to ℸ𝕑𝕉.com and search for video 811, you'll see how to do this. Then there's special editing, something called Magic Eraser. There's a video 791 on that. Now, this is a special one. No, very few other software have the ability to take items out of a photo. So that's my top reasons for using Google Photos. It can everything for my photos. I don't need any other software. If you want to learn more, you can scan this code and get the first chapter of my book, Learn Google Photos. Or if you are a premium member, and you can become one at ℸ𝕑𝕉.com, join now, you get the entire book. Back to you.
Hello, this is an extremely brief introduction to a product called Samsung DeX. And what Samsung DeX is, in this case, it's a Windows app that connects via USB cable to your Samsung cell phone. And then you activate DeX on the phone and on Windows. And the end result is what you see here, this desktop. And it essentially gives you what looks like a PC in a window on your PC screen or up on your TV if you want. I am going to use the mouse and keyboard from my computer. But my computer isn't doing anything, and obviously my cell phone screen can't look like this. My cell phone is doing all of the processing, and it's using memory and all that. But this is a way to have a new computer. If I want to, I can maximize the screen so that I essentially have access to my cell phone on my computer screen. And all of these icons are Android apps. If I click on the Google folder, all of these are Android apps. They're not Windows apps. They're not running in Windows. They're running on the phone. So if I choose to launch the Gmail app, for example, here is Gmail, and I can click on a file and it will show me the email. If I open up my Samsung browser, you'll see that it's going to open to Tech for Senior, and then I'll shrink it down and put it in a window over here, because this is like having Windows or Linux or a Chromebook. It's actually most like a Chromebook, if you think about it, because your phone and Google Chrome books are very similar. And you can have icons. These are the default icons that it puts on your desktop. The File Explorer, the Google web browser, the photo gallery, Samsung email, and if you were to click on settings, it takes you into what is essentially the settings program on your cell phone. And this will change the settings on your cell phone. I have, as you can see, along the taskbar here, you can pin applications to the taskbar. I have Gmail pinned to the taskbar. I have the Brave browser on the taskbar. I have what's called Canine Mail on the taskbar. This is the email program that I use on my Samsung cell phone. This is the Samsung browser with the Tech for Senior window open. And this is the Google Maps program that is open. And as you can see, I can load Google Maps and go in full screen on my computer to Google Maps. And I can, look at this. This is a restaurant in a plaza, and this is the plaza. It's taking up a quarter of my window screen. Really cool. I will shrink that down. And in order to get to other applications, what you need to do is click on this button down here in the lower left-hand corner. It says Apps. And if I click on it, it brings me to all of my apps that I have on my cell phone. Here, this is the AccuWeather app as it runs on my cell phone, and I can maximize it. And it'll say restart the app. Okay, restart the app. Now I've got the weather app full screen in this window. And I can take it one step further and actually make it full screen on my computer. So when I go into radar, this is what I can see on my computer screen. This is the Florida radar as it is right now. This is the Android AccuWeather app that is installed on my cell phone, being displayed on my Windows 11 computer. And I have to restart the app in order to change the size. Some apps require that and some apps do not. And then if I want to, I can pin it. If you want to be able to get to that app all the time, you just want to click on hold. And then you can here drag it to add it to the home screen. And now I've got the AccuWeather app on my desktop. I like to play the game of backgammon. So what I'm going to do is search for backgammon. And you'll see that when I launch Backgammon Mighty, it defaults to full screen because that's what I used it at last time. It remembers that I was in full screen. And I can do single player, and I continue as this person. And there I am. I'm playing full screen backgammon on my computer, even though the app is actually installed on my cell phone. But as you can see from here, it's not running on my cell phone screen. My cell phone screen is just the same as it is. It's the home page on my phone. It's merely using it as a remote terminal, kind of like the old-fashioned computer days. You can drag files in and out of this program into Windows. Yes, you can do that. I can take a file from my files. Let's take this guy. Let's go into downloads. And here's a picture. And can I drag it right onto my desktop? Now, you're not going to see it on my desktop because I've got all my icons hidden. But I did just move it to the desktop. You can see that it now has this icon that is reflecting that it's working. And you saw just briefly it copied the file. And so it's actually on my computer. So if you want to, you can go into your images, which are basically all of your pictures, drag whatever you want onto your desktop or into your email program. Screen capture. You can actually do a screen capture by clicking on this button here. If I take a screen capture, you'll saw that it just took a screen capture. And now I've got it, and I can open it up in Gallery, or I can open it up probably in Google Photos. Yeah, let's open it in Google Photos just once. And there it is. There's a screen capture of my desktop in Google Photos. Isn't that neat? This is something that I imagine a lot of people would find very useful. Kind of gives you a second computer. Instead of having your cell phone sitting around doing nothing, you could actually have two computers. Almost like a virtual machine, only the processing is happening on your phone, not on your computer. So anyway, I thought you might want to know about this. Yeah, this is a Windows app that comes from Samsung. You load the app on your computer. You plug your charging cable in between your computer and your cell phone. And as soon as you plug it in, the software will recognize that you plugged in the cable, ask you if you want to launch the desktop. It's kind of neat. This is a unique way of utilizing your phone and your computer. Because, for example, I happen to really like the email program that I have on my cell phone. Only it's small on my cell phone. Here it is running full screen on my laptop. This is my unified inbox. This is the folders for this particular account. I can click here, and these are all the email accounts that I have this program checking. I've got accounts at Google, King Consulting, Microsoft, other places too. If I go into Jake's Lounge, Jake is the demonstration person for Constant Contact. Anyway, this is my email program that I use. And if I move my camera out of the way, I can click new email message. And then if I want to send a message to Huey, I just start typing your name, and there it is. And I can type in your name. That's how easy this program is. It's really cool. You can add a separate reply to address. You can put in closed captions. You can attach files. And again, these are files that exist on your cell phone. I can add from contacts, save as draft, discard it. I'm going to go back and just say discard the message. But anyway, you get the idea. If you have a favorite program that you like to use on your phone, like your email program, for example, or maybe you like the Gmail app, rather than having to go into the browser, think about it this way. I could go in and have Gmail. Let's say you really like to use the Gmail app as your email program for all of your accounts. If I go over here, you'll see that I have several accounts in my Gmail app on my cell phone. And so I can look at all inboxes, or I can switch to a specific inbox. For example, this is the Stug Meeting mailbox. You'll see, here's from October, a security alert, a new sign-in from Windows. So if you want to, you can actually run your cell phone's Gmail app on your computer as your primary email program. You can put it in a window, use it just like any other app. Your phone can be sitting on your desk, rather than having to go into a browser and have one browser tab for your 10 different email accounts. You can be running the Gmail app on your phone, on your Windows computer, that you have already configured for 10 email accounts. I can read all my mail or mail from one mailbox. And again, you can compose a new message, and it's going to come from the Gmail app on your cell phone. As simple as that. I can type in, these are coming from my contacts. So anyway, I thought you might find this interesting. Can make use of this, I think. I wish it would work wirelessly, but it unfortunately does not. The phone sees the computer as a wireless device, only it doesn't work. It only works with a cable. It supports HDMI as well. So you can, if you get a cable that will allow you to come out of your phone and go into and have an HDMI connector on the other end, you can plug it into a big TV screen. And then you'll need to have, obviously, a mouse and a keyboard somehow connected via Bluetooth to your TV. because you're not going to have a mouse and keyboard otherwise. I'm utilizing on my computer the mouse and keyboard for the computer. The same thing would be held true if you were to project it to your TV. Your TV needs to have a mouse and a keyboard. I was able to successfully project this to my Fire Stick. I have a little connector. I don't have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse to plug into my Fire Cube, but if I did, I could run my cell phone on my 60-inch TV set. That'd be pretty cool. And I just don't know if I'd be able to run a Zoom meeting that way, but I might actually try it and see if I can actually go into Zoom and see myself on my on my TV screen. See all you guys up on my TV screen. This is an extremely brief introduction to a product called Samsung DeX.